Yes, yes, yes. Happy Halloween, baby. It is time to celebrate the greatest day of the year. And we are celebrating it with none other than the limitless Electrasoul. That's right.
Hi, happy Halloween.
Get your candy bags, get your costumes, but check your candy because there might be fentanyl in it. It's getting crazy out there. Like 5 people died in my building this month. You know that? That's
Wait,
insane.
what?
Yeah.
Rewind. Are you serious?
Yeah, 5 people this month. And probably somebody just right now that I don't even know. Probably 6 just happened. It's
Oh my
insane.
God.
That's right.
Do you know
So
why?
that fentanyl. That fentanyl's going crazy. Check your candy, kids. It's getting crazy out there.
I'm
You know?
sorry. That's spooky as hell.
It is spooky as hell, right? That's just in a month. Wild. R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, bro.
You and I were just talking about how fast this month flew by.
Yeah. Like it's gone.
It was here and then it was gone. I felt like we were just doing Halloween in July. I felt like we just got off that show.
Literally, we're just on that show. It's so crazy. I remember the outfit I had, like everything. I was literally thinking about it this morning. It's so crazy.
Right, right. So how has your October been?
It's been good, honestly. I feel like this month, with a lot of, like the solar eclipses and the lunar eclipse that's
Full
hitting and all this
moon,
stuff, or
right?
that hit, I feel like there's been a lot of spiritual witchy, I guess, energy, like very,
Really?
but it's all good, definitely. It's always a good vibe.
Have you
You
been
already know.
seeing things or what? Like what have you seen stuff?
Actually, it's crazy because this month I started getting into, well, obviously because it's October, we've been watching, me and my sisters have been watching like scary movies and shit like that. So like The Craft and like we rewatched The Conjurings, the Nuns, Annabelle's, like all that stuff. And it brought me right back to what it is to be like a psychic medium in the sense of seeing spirits and all this other stuff. So I've definitely heard a lot of stuff. I've definitely seen some stuff, but it's nothing out of the
Wow.
ordinary, but it's a little reminder for me, you know?
Nothing of note really, like nothing to really like talk about, but just little stuff here and there, you mean?
Yeah,
Nothing
I guess you
extreme.
could say that because I'm trying to think. There's been like some instances where it'd be like crazy coincidences would happen, or like we'd be watching something where they said something that we just talked about 10 minutes ago.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but
You and
like
I were
it,
just talking about something like that off air. That's something
exactly.
that happened with me. So I guess maybe I was experiencing some of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember when I talked about the dream I had and then we can't really talk
Mhm.
about it now, but it was
Yeah,
wild.
definitely. Just
So
different synchronicities like
yeah, the
that. But as far as
coincidences.
spirits go, they're always all around, especially now. The veil, it's very thin.
That's what they
So
say. That's the old thought about Halloween, right? Is that the veil
yeah,
is thinner and the spirits are coming out. When does the veil go back up? Like
I
how
would say like
like Christmas?
not even. I would say like literally a few days after Halloween, like November 2nd, it'd
Okay.
pretty
After
much
Day of the
be
Dead.
like not even strongly based back up, but it rebuilds back up because the thing about now is that the reason that the veil is so thin is because we're all talking about spirits, we're embracing spirits, we're doing scary shit, like things with the paranormal. We don't do
Right.
that any other time of the year except for now.
Well,
So now,
except for me and maybe you too. That's like
exactly.
24/7. If you're
Yeah.
not us, then you're not talking about it till now.
No, just kidding. But exactly. So right now is like it's super embraced. It's almost like a manifested thing without us knowing it. We're like giving
Oh,
access to these spirits to come through because we're giving them so much power, which isn't always a bad thing. I don't think that. But I do know that some bad spirits try to take advantage of people at this time because of, all the witchy, spooky energy going on and stuff like that.
right, right. That makes sense. If our focus is on it, so much attention and focus is on the spirits that they get stronger and they come into our world. You're saying,
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much. It's crazy, but it's definitely real.
Well, that's what Art Bell said about all the ghost stories that he would listen to and read on his radio show. He would say listening to all this stuff and reading all these ghost stories can bring this energy to you. So he always told people to be careful, and that's exactly what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna be listening to some ghost stories, especially one from Art Bell himself from his radio show, and we're gonna be trying some special treats that we got earlier this month. So stay tuned for that. So you said you got to watch some old classic horror movies. You know, it's funny. I watched The Craft for the first time this year. I didn't see
Really?
it till this year.
Did
I
you
thought it
like
was pretty
it?
boring. I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
thought it was
I thought it
boring.
was
I
pretty
can see
boring.
why you think that. You want like murder guts and all this shit.
Not necessarily. Maybe it was just the wrong day. Because sometimes I'll watch a movie and go, "Oh, this is so boring," and then I'll come back to it like a year later and I was like, "What was I talking about? This movie's awesome." And sometimes
Yeah.
it's vice versa. I'm like, "Oh, I can only really watch this movie one time. It's really not
Mhm.
that good." Blah blah blah. So maybe I got to see it again. Maybe I don't know, but I wasn't a huge fan.
I'll say I guess it's more of like perspective. Like for me, the reason I liked it so much is because I related a lot to the main girl, the
Like
one who was
the
like
main
casted out,
powerful witch.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, her. Like so I guess you could say it is that more of like a circumstantial, what you like and all that other stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I love that movie personally. I liked it.
What was your favorite part of Halloween season this year? Do you have a standout aspect?
My favorite part, I would say you said of this year.
Yeah, this Halloween season.
Okay. This year I really liked how we kept up the Halloween energy like in my house and things like that because usually every other year we'll like put up lights and we'll have like spooky stuff up, but we won't like consistently celebrate Halloween or I guess take in the holiday season kind of thing. But this month, like for the first time ever, every single night, me, my boyfriend, my sisters, like we'd watch a scary movie every single night. So then
Nice.
from there, what else? Yeah, like things like that. We would make like spooky food. Like on Halloween, we want to make like spooky, like a little spooky party thing or
I was
whatever.
just gonna ask
Nothing.
if you did some Halloween baking.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna. So I'm excited as hell for that.
Hell yeah, that's nice. That's what's
Definitely.
up. So just the overall like festivities this year, because you don't usually do that.
Yeah, exactly. I when I was little, of course, like I would always trick or treat, and that was always like my big bang at the end of the month. But
Right,
now it's like it's been the entire month, so
right,
that's the difference I like.
right. I feel like this Halloween got away from me. I didn't do most of the things that I like to do. I didn't carve a pumpkin this year. I always carve a white pumpkin. Those are like my favorite kind. I did it. I mean, I could probably do it tomorrow if I really tried, but I'm probably not gonna do that.
You
Never got to
should.
carve a pumpkin. Didn't go to a haunted house. So I feel like the month just escaped me. But the best part for me this year were all the movies that came out. I feel like this was one of the hottest Halloween seasons in a while. We had The Nun, we had The Exorcist, the Goosebumps show came out, which people hate. And I could definitely see why, but I like it. I think it's fun. We also got Five Nights at Freddy's, which we have not talked about on the show yet. Oh, you rolled your eyes?
I didn't even roll my eyes, bro. I'm like, bro, like that game was. I never played it, but it always scared the fuck out of
Oh,
me. Like,
really? Okay.
yeah, the animatronic shit, like Chuck E. Cheese, keep that. Like,
Are you
I'm
gonna see the
not
movie?
terrified of it, but, like the whole concept of Five Nights at Freddy's is scary as hell to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Are you gonna see the movie?
I'll only watch it if it's encouraged within a group. By myself, no, I'm not
Oh,
doing
like
it by
you have
myself.
to watch it with people?
Yeah, like if other people are interested, I'll watch it. But for
Okay.
me, I'm never gonna be like, let me watch Five Nights at Freddy's willingly.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm literally the opposite. I encouraged the whole group. I was like, you're all watching Five Nights at Freddy's. It's gonna be sick. We've been waiting for this forever. I don't really play the games like that. Because it's not like my kind of mechanics. Like I just like shooting things. But I love to
Right.
watch people play them, and I could not wait for this movie. And let me tell, I'm not gonna talk about it now
Mhm.
because we're gonna review it probably tomorrow on Halloween. It'll probably come out a little bit after. Probably come out either on Halloween or after Halloween. We'll have our review up. But all I can tell you is this: that was my favorite aspect of this Halloween season. That was the best, and I've seen it like 4 times already, and it just came out. It just because there's basically my review. I got it. We're good. We'll get into the details of it in like tomorrow or something. But I love that movie, so that was my favorite part of this year.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it that
Yeah,
much. That's
people
very
were.
impressive. Four
Oh yeah,
times.
yeah. Because it came out
That's,
on Peacock, so I got to watch it right from my house. I didn't go to the theater.
oh, is that what you posted that on your story, didn't you? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
You were like watching Five. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Because
think I remember.
I watched it right from my computer, 8 o'clock on Thursday. It dropped it like a day early.
All right, that makes sense now.
Yeah,
Now I see why you watched it 4 times.
yeah. I didn't go to the theater 4 times and like I just kept going back in. No, no, no. But yeah, so that was probably my favorite part. Definitely my favorite part of this Halloween season. I didn't get to watch a lot of the classes this year, which is kind of crazy. But we got 2 days. I got tomorrow. I got a little bit of left of today. So we'll see what we could do. But one of my favorite aspects is always listening to ghost stories, and that is what we're gonna do right now. We got about 4 or 5 ghost stories that we're gonna check out. Let's get into our first one. These are true ghost stories from Reddit. Okay, so
Okay.
these apparently really happened.
All right. I believe it already.
My husband and I were visiting his parents, who had just moved into a brand new home. The house they'd moved from was a Georgian property that was big and creepy, and they were adamant it was haunted, telling stories of the dog running away and cowering from seemingly nothing, a grandfather clock that was no longer working, chiming in the night, and my husband himself claiming he woke in the night once as a teenager to a small girl stood in the corner of his bedroom. He's also a fellow skeptic, and accepts he may have been dreaming, but says on this occasion it felt very real. Anyway, we'd been chatting about the old house when my husband's mother said, "I hope the ghost hasn't followed us to our new house." I looked at my husband and we smirked at each other, and I very flippantly dismissed her statement, telling her not to be silly and ghosts aren't real. A couple of minutes had passed and we'd sat in silence watching some TV when we heard a large smash from another room. No one else was in the home at this time, and it startled us all. We went to see what it was, and it was none other than mine and my husband's framed wedding photo that had been sat in a cabinet in the kitchen, completely smashed across the floor. I wonder if it was the ghost letting me know they had followed us to the new house.
Hell yeah, it was. He was disrespectful, so they got disrespectful right back. There
said,
goes
"Bet
your
I'm
wedding
not
photo
real."
right on the floor. I don't think that's a coincidence at all.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I'm glad she knew that. You see, that was her intuition. She knew.
I think that was I don't think you need much intuition to know that. That was a very clear message, right? Like your
That was a
wedding
very,
photo. That was it. I think that was
yeah,
a good one. That was a
it's very
good message.
interesting.
All right, here we got the next one.
I've been a mortician for over a decade and have never had any issues with anything paranormal. Around 6 months ago, a new girl started working at the funeral home. She and her family claim to be sensitive, do different divination rituals, and are psychic. She even admitted to me she's done black magic to get back at an ex-boyfriend. So here's the deal. Like I said, nothing has ever happened to me, regardless of the funeral homes I've worked in. I've been there alone all hours of the night. Nothing. So the past few months, weird things have started happening. My other coworker has had weird things happen at her home, like things randomly appearing. Her son is sleepwalking and speaking to someone outside, or pictures are flying across the room. At the funeral home, we've heard whispering on multiple occasions and doors slamming. Now comes my turn. The other night, I'm embalming alone, and I thought I kept seeing someone standing out of the corner of my eye, but I kept telling myself it was my mind messing with me. The door that leads outside is right outside of the room where I'm embalming. I have the door open to the embalming room. The door that goes outside has a metal bar that you pull to latch and lock it. Everything is locked, obviously, since I'm alone. So no more than 5 minutes after I kept seeing someone standing out of the corner of my eye, I hear a massive slam against the metal bar on the door. It was so loud I about had a heart attack. My main question here is, do you think it's someone I've helped over the years making themselves known? Or do you think it's more? I personally think the new girl brought something with her. Her grandmother has even told her she has an attachment. I'm terrified and really don't want to work alone. I'm afraid if it's more than just a spirit, cleansing will make it more upset and make things worse.
What do you think of that?
Wow. So for one, I mean, the fact she said her grandma told her that she had an entity on her, right? Her
Right.
roommate.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, the new girl that started working there. The new girl's grandmother told her that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's like the biggest sign right there. I mean, obviously she has an entity, but cleansing it will make it mad, but it's gonna help the girl. Like she'll be able to get rid of it. I would fucking cleanse.
I don't think she means she's gonna cleanse the girl. I think she's gonna cleanse the place. I
Wait,
think
what?
she's gonna cleanse the morgue. I don't think she's gonna cleanse the girl because the girl's not gonna permit that.
Oh no, not the girl. I'm talking about the spirit. Like
Yeah,
to get that's what she meant, right?
But it's
Get rid of
attached to the girl, not the morgue. So how's she gonna? She has to like get the girl's permission to do that.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if she was like some sort of like psychic medium or something, she probably would be able to get rid of the spirit without talking to the girl. But in this case, yeah, you're probably right. Since it's a more logical based scenario, I guess you
definitely
could say.
That new girl. She brought it in, and now like all of a sudden she comes in and everything starts freaking out in the morgue. Now there's spirits and stuff on the side. You know, it's the girl. It's the new element. She's the new element to the situation. So nothing started till she got there.
Shit.
That's a great horror movie though. Like that's a great concept. The new girl comes, she has an attachment, now she messes everything up. The dead bodies start waking up, they start moving around. That'd be
That is a
sick.
really good concept.
Hell yeah, that'd be sick.
Like, when they fucking call you to the studio.
All right, let's get into our next one.
I'm 19 now and I live in Florida. I grew up in Illinois. For as long as I can remember, there was a thing that I would always see in my peripherals or just barely get a glimpse at whenever I'd be outside or in my basement. It was always a tall woman, maybe 7, 8 feet, that would either stand next to a tree or behind me, and every time I'd go to get a full look, she'd be gone. I'd see her almost every day because I loved playing outside. One time I got a very good look at her. I was playing in the snow in my backyard and fell on my back. I saw her face. Very skinny white woman with no eyes or dark eyes. I couldn't tell, because when I shot up, she was gone. Ever since then, I would see her hiding in the trees or peering through the door in the office inside the basement when I would watch TV. I was always so scared of her that ever since I saw her in the hallway outside my bedroom, I've slept with my door closed. When I moved to Florida, when I was 15, I stopped seeing her until in April when I was 17. I was walking my dog at sunset, and around the neighborhood is trees to hide the train tracks and the paths. I noticed her standing in the entrance to the path watching me, so I quickly walked home and looked out my bedroom window but couldn't see anything. This woman thing has frightened me my whole childhood, so I was wondering if anyone had any similar things or answers about what this could have been.
Okay, so the spirit followed her from Illinois to Florida, basically.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
For years.
Okay. That spirit is definitely latched onto her and has been, like she said, since whenever she first started experiencing it. But the thing that's a little tricky about this, like these cases, when the spirit is latched onto someone for so long, is that it's not that the spirit starts to think that this person is mine, but in a way, it's kind of like that possessiveness. So getting rid of a spirit like that would be a little bit more complicated. Like they would probably get more irritated if you try to get rid of them.
Oh, it'd be a little harder.
So yeah, a little bit. If you're afraid, I feel like they'd probably put up more of a fight to stay. You get me?
What a creepy kind of spirit to be attached to, though. It doesn't even look normal. It's like a weird, like, creepypasta looking, sounding entity.
Anything with black eyes, white eyes, like that's like, maybe not even demonic, but it's not a good energy right off the bat.
I don't think we ever talked about this, but what do you think about black-eyed kids? You know about that?
No, I don't. I haven't. Is that a concept? Like
Oh
a
yeah,
thing?
you never. Whoa, you didn't. Black-eyed kids. That's a huge thing. Yeah. So basically, the old adage is it's like an urban legend. So like Bloody Mary, but it's more. Not I wouldn't say like Bloody Mary, but it's more like Bigfoot, like an urban legend like that, where people claim they've seen black-eyed kids. So basically, it's usually at night. You get a knock at your door. You look down, and it's like 1 to 2 children. They're very pale, and they have a very monotone voice, and they usually try to find a way in your house. They're like, oh, can I use your phone? My parents, I can't find them. I'm lost. And then people look down, and they kind of feel like they're being mind controlled a little bit, or they feel off when they're talking to these kids. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Like maybe the kids are doing some kind of like telepathy or trying to do some kind of mind control. They just feel odd about it, and they don't. All they notice is the white skin. But then usually before they let the kids in, they notice that the kids have pitch black eyes. And then after that, usually stories are different. Sometimes people close the door and then the kids go away. I remember one of the stories of the people closed the door and the kids were like banging on the window, all kind of stuff. People have seen them in broad daylight before. There was the famous story of the woman who claimed that she went into like the gas station, left her baby in the car, because it was one of those kind of towns. It wasn't like New York or something where it was like a small town. People weren't gonna do anything, so she left her kid in the car, like I don't think it was a baby, like a very little kid, maybe 3 or something like that, and comes back in the car. When she looks back, there's a black-eyed kid sitting next to her kid. She freaks out, takes the kid out of the car, calls her husband, blah, blah, blah. They never see it again, though. They never see that entity again. They say if you do let it in, though, there's like a story of a older couple who lets one or two of the black-eyed kids in, and the electricity starts malfunctioning, and they say you get really sick. Like, you get bad luck, you can get sick, probably even die. I'm surprised you never heard about this.
That's so effing cool, bro. Like I'm gonna be so real. I'm gonna do so much research on this shit because that sounds like honestly, it just sounds like negative entities that want to
Oh yeah.
mess with you and then, like you said, get you sick. If it gets you really like if an entity is able to get you really sick, that means that it has a lot of malicious energy. And like I was just telling you, anything with like black eyes or white eyes, big fat like no, absolutely not. So
Right.
that is so cool though. Like it's
Yeah.
cool from an outside perspective, but not dealing with it.
I know I'm gonna plug this now. I did a episode all about the Black Eyed Kids, like a 30-minute episode where I talked about all the stories that I heard, what they're about, what they apparently want. I did it like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, so you got to go back, but it's there. It's just called
Okay.
Black Eyed Kids. So if anybody wants to listen to that, especially in the next couple days, check that out. Black Eyed Kids. It was a good episode from what I hear. I can't really judge it, but people liked it from what I heard.
That's cool. Okay, I'll check that out for sure. I want to do my research on this shit.
Oh yeah, I think David Weatherly is the big guy, like the expert on that. I think it's David Weatherly. He wrote books about it. There's a lot of info about the Black Eyed Kids out there. Some of it may
So
be true, some of it may be not. We don't really know. That's the fun part.
I got you. I think it's true for sure.
Oh
Just
yeah.
spiritual.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't think
obviously.
every story about them is true, but I think
Maybe
they're
not.
I think they're out there. I think they're out there. An entity that I haven't heard much about, but I've heard rumblings of over time on Reddit, especially, are these people with no faces. You ever heard about these people?
Yes, I have.
What have you
I've
heard?
my friend, well, my a girl that I was friends with a few years ago, she had an experience with something like an a entity that had no face.
Oh,
And I
tell
remember
us.
it was literally right before. You remember I feel like I bring it always leads back to this, but like the possession that I dealt with a few years ago, it was literally that week. And I
Oh
remember when I
hell
saw
no.
because what happened was my friend saw something. She showed me a picture, not of what she took, but a similar one online. And when I saw it, I remember I've never felt that way about anything that I've seen like on Google or some shit, but it was literally like some lady without a face. And I got so
Oh.
like the energy that I felt, bruh, I felt sick. And then after that, like the whole possession thing happened.
Oh
So
no. Maybe it's a
that's
bad omen.
what'd you say?
Maybe it's an omen seeing one of those people.
Yeah, that shit's yeah, definitely there.
Wow.
But can you explain like from your perspective what like is it a good thing or a bad thing to you or like what
I
is it?
I have no clue. I'll explain. I guess I don't have many thoughts on it, but I can explain whatever thoughts I have once I read. I got 3 stories that I found on Reddit of people who have encountered these faceless people. So we'll get into these. I'll read these myself because they're very short. So this one says, we were sitting outside of the 7-Eleven at night and we both saw a man that happened to have no face. I pointed it out to my girlfriend and she saw it too. We were outside for 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, the faceless motherfucker didn't move at all. We went into the 7-Eleven and when we came out, the dude was gone. This happened to us about a year ago and we still have no fucking idea what that was. We were not drunk. His face was fully lit and they had no scars. It was blank smooth. Also, I don't really believe in ghosts, so any alternative solutions are appreciated. I do like when we get stories from people who don't believe in ghosts, because then it's like, well, why would they have a reason to lie?
Yeah,
You know,
of course. That's
that's
really cool.
creepy.
Yeah, that is creepy, but yeah,
All
it's
right,
cool.
the next one goes. I had a similar experience many years ago at a train station in Sydney. It was late at night and I was by myself, and I remember looking up and down the platform to be aware of my surroundings. And as I scanned back, across the platform was a tall figure wearing a suit, but it had no facial features, just blank skin. I remember my brain just not processing it and trying to make out facial features. I ran up the platform, I was so scared, and I didn't see anyone come up any platform. So I ran back down when my train came and I was looking for them from inside the train, but they were gone. To this day, I cannot explain this.
Hmm.
And the
Yeah, that was definitely a spirit.
and the third one goes, this happened to me except I was in a car having an argument with my boyfriend and this man walks by and had no face, no eyes or a mouth. Dude looked like a thumb. We immediately stopped arguing and tried to rationalize, but yeah, they had no face. Wasn't wearing pantyhose over his face either. So you got all these people saying they've seen something like that. I believe some of this may be a trick of the eye. Maybe not these instances exactly, because I feel like most of these people, except with the exception of maybe the train one, they got it. Maybe they could have been just seeing something from across the platform, like a trick of the light or something like that. But the other two people seemed like they were in close quarters and they had like some good time to evaluate what they were looking at. So I don't know what these things are. It could be from what you say, maybe like an omen of bad luck. We haven't had any updates. Maybe these people had horrific events happen to them after that. We don't know. Well, the first guy said it was a year ago. So unless maybe something bad happened, he didn't really put two and two together. I have no earthly idea what this is. I haven't heard much about it. This is something I've looked into over the years, and I really haven't seen much research on it. I'll look it up. I'll look up more after this because I haven't looked it up in a while. All I've seen lately is these stories, but I think it's very interesting, and I think that these things definitely do exist, and they're walking around. If I ever see one, I will shit myself.
Oh no, literally. I'm pretty sure their spirits like fucking with people. Very scarily, but doing so for sure.
Right? Like just seeing that guy standing there across the platform or standing outside of the 7-Eleven. That's even scarier than seeing it just walk by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And especially when people say things like, oh, I saw this, I saw that. Usually it's like, I don't know, the way that I feel about it is I think if you're not like a ghost fanatic where you think everything is a spirit or whatever, if you see some shit and you know it's some shit, it's probably some shit. You get me?
Yeah. That's why I like hearing stories from people who are not really into it, because you could take their word for it a little more, because it's not always on their mind. Like, oh, maybe that's a ghost. Maybe that's a ghost. Maybe that's a ghost. Like, so it's a little more believable. Very spooky.
Yes.
Very spooky. So you've never seen one of these then?
Excuse me, in person, no, thank God. But I have seen like the instances of it, and it's even that scares me. So
yeah, creepy to think about. Hopefully none of you see them either, and if you do, let me know. Right into the show.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Our final ghost story again comes from the great Art Bell. Rest in peace. This is from one of his Halloween shows or one of his Ghost to Ghost shows. Let's check this out.
In 1971, I was working for a company that managed apartment units in San Jose, California. My job was to repair and maintain them. There was one apartment building in East San Jose where tenants were constantly complaining about one of the units on the second floor. All the people who lived on that floor said that people were constantly coming and going from the apartment in question at all hours of the night. They also said there were people chanting and screaming came from the unit late at night. The police had responded to the address many times, but no charges were ever proven. At last, my company succeeded in evicting the tenants, and a work order was issued to prepare the apartment for new tenants. So, the next morning, I responded to the unit to inspect, repair, issue cleaning orders, or whatever was needed to rent the unit. As I was trying to open the door, a kind old black lady from down the hall came over and said to me, "Son, don't go into that apartment before you bring a priest to bless it. That place is evil." As I opened the door, I beheld an eerie sight. The walls were painted black, the windows covered with thick, dark cloth. All the light bulbs were replaced with red-tinted bulbs. In the center of the living room, the carpet had been ripped out, and a pentagram painted inside a circle about 8 feet in diameter was in the center of the room. In other rooms, there were altars of some kind, and the remains of small animals that had been tortured and killed recently. After the police had been called, made their reports and left, I rented a dumpster and cleaned the place out. As I was hauling all this carnage out of the building, a man approached me and told me not to defile a sacred place, or I would be in great danger. Not being a believer, I told him unless he disappeared real quick, he'd be the one in great danger. After a long and disgusting day, I went home. Not wanting to upset my wife, told her nothing of the events of that day. The evening, a normal one. Later that night, we went to bed. At about 2 a.m., I was awakened by my dog going crazy and my wife screaming at the top of her lungs. As I sat up in bed, I felt the room was freezing cold. There were 2 pillars of blue light that went from the floor at the foot of our bed to the ceiling. The pillars were pulsating blue light and shimmering in the dark. My wife began to pray. I screamed. Several minutes later, the lights faded away. The next day, I contracted the rest of the job and never responded to that address again.
Well, I saw you like scratching your head. You were shaking. You were like, that was going in that crib and messing with that stuff. I would have told him. I would have been like, listen, I can't do. I'm too religious for this. Like, it's against my it's against my religion to touch this. I can't. Would you have cleaned that out if that was your job?
I don't fucking know. I think if I did, I would have to have like the most like closed off, don't think about it, don't do anything, just do it, and that's it.
Well, that's the problem, is that he had that mindset too, because he wasn't thinking that he was gonna get, anything bad was gonna happen. Yeah, he was just doing it like whatever. Everybody else was telling him, don't do it. People in the building, he's like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it.
I wouldn't do it then.
Summoning some blue lights.
Hell no, I'm not gonna get haunted. I wouldn't. Like that.
As soon as I would have took one look, I would have took a picture of my phone so I could show my friends later and say, look at this shit. I would have went to my boss and said, I can't, it's against my religion. They can't tell you nothing after that. What are they gonna do? Give the job to somebody else?
Yeah, right. Because I'm like thinking it. I think if I were to do it, I probably would have like, I would be like saying things to diffuse the energies, if that makes sense. Because that's how that shit works.
That'd be a better idea than not trying to think about it, because it's gonna be latching onto you and stuff. That's probably
like take care of it then. Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta hose that bitch down with holy water, man. You gotta just
the energy, keep that shit up.
The lady said, "Bring a priest." That's what she said. Man, I've heard a lot of horrific noises going on in my building. I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen anything like that, thank God. So that's when I'll think about moving, if I see some satanic rituals going on. I haven't seen that yet, so that's good.
I'm still in shock about like your building must be so haunted.
Oh yeah, we should do an investigation here.
Yeah, like literally, I'm pretty sure we'd find a lot of shit.
We'd run into more just like random people scaring us than actual spook. We'd probably have a hard time finding spirits because there's just too many people here moving around.
Yeah, like the people are scary or something.
There'll be people jumping out at us. We'd have to do it when like we'd have to do it like if they ever close the building down or something. We have to come in before they like knock it down if it's ever abandoned, which probably will never happen. But
that is.
Or we could go into one of the well, first of all, we could do it in like maybe my apartment or some other apartment, like an abandoned apartment or something like that.
Like work our way to your apartment. Your apartment will be like the master gold.
Well, one of the guys across the hall died like a couple of months ago, so that would have been a great time. We could have went in that apartment. It's taken now. We could have got the key, went up in there, brought the pink Ouija board, and that's it.
Did he die in the apartment?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he died in the apartment. Yeah. A lot of death going on here. 5 was just this month. Forget about the year. That's an astronomical number, probably.
That is so sad.
And that's just my building. There's 2 other buildings next to my building. So Lord knows this whole complex. We'd have to investigate this whole thing. That'd be fun.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, that's a lot. I have to say.
A lot of energy up in here.
Yes, a lot. Jeez.
For sure. Let's get into these beautiful snacks that we got waiting for us. All right, so let's run down what we got here. We got these caramel Pringles, these butter caramel Pringles. When I saw this, I said, for some reason, it just screams Halloween. The caramel. Like, whenever I think of Halloween, caramel usually comes up. Caramel apples. You ever like those? Like caramel apple thing?
They're hard to eat. I like the caramel, though.
What'd you say?
I said they're hard. Caramel apples are hard as hell to eat, but I like
break your fucking teeth. Hell yeah. I can't eat that now. My caps will come out. Root canals will get destroyed. No. But the Pringles, I think this is gonna be good.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I'm down for anything. So, you smell that?
Oh yeah, I was just about to say, it smells amazing.
It smells like a fucking pancake with syrup on it.
It smells like a caramel bomb just went off in my house.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I actually like it.
really?
You don't like it? It's not bad. It tastes like syrup though.
I'm going with. I don't know. I don't know about this.
I like it. I like it. No, I do. I decided. It tastes like sweet
I can't
pop.
decide yet. Yeah, like a sweet popcorn, right? Only kind of bad. It's like
Oh my god.
It's like a sweet popcorn if it was bad.
It tastes like a McGriddle.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
that with
That
syrup.
is perfect.
Yes, it does taste exactly like that. That's crazy.
But it has a weird aftertaste to me that I don't like. It's not the worst thing I ever had. I don't.
The aftertaste isn't
I'm
sweet.
torn.
It's just like chip. You get me?
It's like a very artificial aftertaste to me that I can't put my foot
Yeah.
around.
I agree.
I don't think I'm gonna finish this. You definitely like this way more than me. I'm gonna give these a straight up. No, I gotta give these like a 2. I gotta give these like a 2. Maybe
A 2 out of 5?
like a 1.5. This is not. I'm closing this shit up. Nope. I'm good on this. I've decided these are not good.
That's crazy. They're pretty good to me. I don't think everyone would love them, but I'm okay with them. They're pretty good. Butter caramel.
Well, this is something you're probably not gonna like because we know that you don't like sweet potato.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as I saw these, I said,
this shit right
we
here.
gotta
Really
get this
sweet.
for you. We got the sweet potato Kit Kats, and it's a Halloween theme, which is great.
Yes.
Now, here's the only thing. When I bought
yeah.
these online, they made it abundantly clear that it is past the Best Buy date. So these were like Best Buy in July. All right, so if these are stale, that's why. They may be stale.
We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fine. All right, let's see this shit.
I'm very excited for these. Not a big smell.
Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to get this shit open. All right, I'm gonna grab some scissors.
It smells kind of like a dough. Some of the Japanese Kit Kats smell like Play-Doh. It's giving off a very faint Play-Doh smell.
Okay, here.
Oh,
Okay.
not too stale. Maybe a little bit of resistance in the chew, but nothing crazy.
All right.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Let's see if I can back that.
Oh, there's like a little kind of, I don't know if it's a minty aftertaste going on. I don't like that. Oh,
It smells good.
there's like a minty aftertaste that permeates through your mouth and into your throat. What is that?
This actually isn't bad.
No, the initial bite is good. For the most part, it's good.
It tastes. What is that drink? Boba. Like the regular boba.
Yeah,
This is exactly what it tastes like to me.
it's good. It's like you feel like that chemically like taste, like aftertaste.
Taste that factory setting in there.
Oh yeah.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
fucked up.
say like a 3, like a 3.5. It's
I would
good.
say like 3. Yeah, 3.25.
Yeah, it's
It's
good.
not bad.
That little aftertaste is kind of killing it for me a little bit though. Not as much as the Pringles. That was ridiculous. This is good.
This is like a 3.
All right. Although the Pringles are a 3. Oh yeah, you didn't say it right. Oh, I thought you would like them more than that.
I like these. No, actually, maybe 3.54 because these are actually good to me.
Okay, I'll send you mine right over.
Oh, bro, I'll make them shits right up. That's
What do you give
good.
that? What do you give the Kit Kat?
I would say like a 3.25, like I said.
So
I'm gonna keep it there.
All right, so it's around the same as the Pringles.
They're both actually really good
Well,
to
you
me.
said the
but
Pringles are a little
I,
better because they're creeping up on a 4.
I low key
Wow.
think I think the Kit Kat is like.
You don't like that sweet potato? It doesn't really. Would I say it was sweet potato? No, I wouldn't guess that. I wouldn't even know what I would guess. I was like, I don't really have a distinguishing. I would guess maybe like, kind of gives me like a marshmallowy vibe or something like that.
To me, it's definitely boba, like the black boba balls or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a distinguishing flavor to it. Definitely good though.
Yeah, it is good. I can back that.
And now, something we both can agree on that we love, sodas.
Yes,
Do you like
sir.
sugar-free sodas though?
Do I like them?
Yeah.
I never did first, but I'll try it. I don't
drink.
care.
You can drink them.
Yeah, that's straight.
I don't like the like that sugary, fake sugar taste. That I don't like. That aftertaste. It's all about the aftertaste with me today. It's like that has aftertaste too. Is the sugary, the fake sugar.
I like that aftertaste. I think it was okay. But we'll see.
We got this year's mystery Fanta. I don't know why they only made it 0 sugar. So disrespectful to the sugar heads out there. He's like, okay, you're making this for Halloween, right? You see this Halloween stuff all over it, and the only fucking thing you could do is 0 sugar. Does that make any sense? It's Halloween.
Yes.
We need sugar, dude.
Right there. Goodbye. But I will tell you one thing that actually freaks me out about this is the color. It's black, bro.
It's black. Like that? Scary.
Scary. It's literally black. Like, you see it right there.
It smells good.
That's not bad.
It smells like you know what it kind of reminds me of, the smell? It smells like that gummy soda that we had. It smells like a gummy. Now, this is a mystery flavor. I already know what it is, so I'm not going to be able to probably, I'll see if I could distinguish it or not, but I'm going into it knowing what it is already, so it might affect my review.
Okay, yeah, because I see it says contains no juice right here, but it smells like fruit juice. But I'm gonna try it.
All right, initial taste is good. This is good. It even kind of tastes like a gummy.
The 0 sugar is killing it, but
it's not the worst zero. It's honestly not the worst 0 sugar thing I've ever had. I've had
zero.
Oh, it's horrific. That's way worse.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say terrific.
It's horrendous. It's horrendous. Diet Coke is probably the best diet thing I ever had, because Coke Zero and Diet Coke's 2 different things. It has 2 different fake sugars in it. 2 different artificial sweeteners. This is actually pretty damn good. And
this isn't bad. I just don't like the 0 sugar shit. I think if it was regular sugar, I'd like it.
Oh, definitely. Can you guess the flavor? Take a couple of sips, see if you can guess what it is. I already know what it is, so I'll tell you when we're done.
Okay, here, I'm gonna try it one more time. Excuse me.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have guessed it. I guess like gummy bear or something. It's giving me like a grape-ish taste like to me.
It tastes like something berry. Is it berry?
Yeah, like a
something?
berry, right? Like I was thinking maybe, yeah. It's not. It's actually blood orange. I would have never got that. Yeah, I would have never got that.
What the hell? It's not citrusy to me. It is a little, but like barely. Like not really.
I would think grape or berry, like you said, but definitely not blood orange. I've had a blood orange. What's that seltzer water called? Pellegrino. I've had a blood orange one. That is good. I hate sparkling water and seltzer water, but blood orange Pellegrino is probably the only one that I'll drink actually and enjoy it. That was good. This is good. I'm gonna say, I mean, for a 0 sugar, this is pretty. They nailed it. I'm gonna say another 3.5.
Okay.
More like a
Not
little
bad.
3.2. I'll put it down a little bit. About 3.2.
Okay, not bad.
The 0 sugar is not killing it like it is for you.
No, I'm gonna go with the 2, unfortunately. If only for personal preferences, though. I feel like you said, if I wanted like a 0 sugar, that would probably be like a 3.5 to me. But like, if for me to see that shit at the store, I'm never picking it up.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't pick it up again.
Yeah, ever.
But I think they did a good job.
Yeah, it's not the worst. Definitely not the worst.
That aftertaste is gonna be on my tongue for a hot minute though.
Oh yeah, bro, soda aftertaste, that shit like engraves onto your tongue, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. Well, I do know it's probably the sugar
It's that
and shit.
sweetener.
But okay.
And now this definitely does. They make artificial sweetener, but we're not gonna do that. We got the regular sugar 2023 Mountain Voodoo.
Ew.
This is another mystery flavor, which I do know what it is, so I'm going in biased already.
Mystery flavor. All right, we'll see.
Mountain Dew is one soda I never drink because I think this is like the worst soda for you to drink. It has like
Mountain.
the worst ingredients for you. But we're
I
gonna
know.
do it today because it's Halloween. Gotta make
Yeah.
exceptions. And
Yeah.
Mountain Dew always tastes good. I'm not gonna say Mountain Dew tastes bad. It's just the worst soda for you. But
That's
it always
it.
the flavors are
Whatever.
always good. Blackout, no, Pitch Black, the red one. I like that one a lot. I never had a Mountain Dew. I think I had maybe one Mountain Dew I didn't like on the show.
I got you.
You opening the can with a scissor?
I'm like trying to open this shit because my nails are not gonna cut
Oh,
it.
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let me take a sip of mine.
Got it. All right, let's test this shit out.
Oh, I
Hear
like
that?
that.
All right, ready? All right.
Okay. Okay. It's a cherry. It tastes like cherry soda,
Okay, this is probably like the best thing.
right? For sure. Out of everything we had, definitely the best thing.
Fucking good. This is like you said, it's like cherry. It tastes like black cherry or something like that. Like something good.
I'll tell you what the exact cherry is.
Mm.
It's an Airhead cherry Airhead flavor. I would have never
my-
picked that specifically. Like I would never said, "Oh, it's an Airhead."
No, it literally is an Airhead, bro. It tastes just like it.
Yeah, because I don't like
Like-
Airheads like that. I don't really eat them, so I can't pick that out.
Okay. Yeah, I know what they taste like, and this should definitely taste like the red one. That's
Really? Wow. So they did a great job on that.
It
Nailed
did.
it right on the head.
It did that.
It's definitely good though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, I mean, like, it's a good 4.7 for me.
I would say the same 4.7 to
Not
5.
perfect.
Not
I
perfect.
do-
Yeah.
It
I don't
didn't
know. I'm
taste
trying
like
to
black
think
cherry
because
to me, like you said. It's definitely like a different type of cherry, but I couldn't put my finger on it if you asked me. Because I guess because I don't eat Airheads, I don't really like them.
right. I feel like for me it's like 4.7, like you said, but I also feel like a 4.8. I'll settle with that.
You're gonna go up a little bit.
Yeah,
This is
just
something
one
you'd buy again.
by decimal. That's it.
You'd buy this again.
Oh, would I buy it again?
Yeah.
I honestly think I would. I think I would if I was in the mood for it.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's the taste test.
Oh yeah. Did that.
Maybe you can run out and get some of these before the Halloween season is over. Well, by the time you listen to this, it is Halloween. I hope you all have a very, very safe, happy, and fun Halloween. Whatever you do, let us know what you do. Hit us up in the comment section of the video on our YouTube channel and let us know what your plans are. I'm just going to cook up a nice bloody steak and watch some Halloween movies. Nothing too special, nothing too fancy unless I get a call to go somewhere. But most likely I won't. I'm not going to want to even leave the house probably. I'm just going to want to stay in, cook up a steak, and watch some movies. Do you have any special plans for tomorrow?
I'm gonna see. I don't even know what I'm dressing up as yet. I'm gonna see like something like pretty simple to do at home kind of thing.
Okay.
But we're gonna make some Halloween not candies, but treats and shit. We're gonna order pizza and then watch a scary movie.
What you don't know what treat you're gonna make yet? You haven't decided?
No, we do. Actually, my sister's the one who cook. Like, she's the one who bakes that. So, like, she knows, but it's
Okay.
like chocolate stuff and like little ghosts, shit like that, like Halloween cute stuff.
Nice, beautiful. Sounds great. Any final words for everybody listening?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, because y'all already
right.
know what the tea is on Halloween day. Keep manifesting your best lives, live your best life, do everything that you got to do. You already know. That's it. Thank you guys. Love
Plug
you.
away the TikTok, the Instagram, all that stuff, the YouTube channel. For those that don't, maybe you're tuning in, you never heard any Electrasoul episodes.
Yeah,
You
maybe
are a
you never-
YouTuber, a TikToker, prevalent on social media, so give us all that info.
Okay, so I wouldn't even call myself. I would just say like I'm someone who wants to help the world, and I'm using every source I can to do that. So you can find me on YouTube, Electrasoul. Find me on Instagram, Electrasoul444. That's same for Twitter, same for TikTok. I have a Pinterest for helpfulness, all that shit. Wherever you go, just search up Electrasoul, you'll find me. Thank you
And
guys.
if Electrasoul follows you back, take a good look at that at the handle, because it's most likely 44444, or there's some kind of period somewhere. There's a lot of imitators out there of Electrasoul. I get followed by Electrasoul once a day. Like every day I get a new follower. Like, this is Electrasoul, but it has 2 L's. This one has a 4444444, like 8 4s. This one has this one has like a space somewhere, a money sign. It's always something.
That is an amazing point. Let me tell y'all, if Electrasoul with the U, no, not even, okay. Who followed my sister this week? It was Electra SOUUL 444. Electrasoul. There's Electra SIU, whatever. If it's on Electrasoul 444,
Look, it's
it is
444
not
right now.
me.
Look at that.
Oh shit! Look at that. That's so cool. Angels all around us. Period on Halloween. But yeah,
right.
Okay. I never reach out for readings. I don't reach out to nobody. I don't. Whatever. Just
Right. You don't
not
fucking
me,
reach out.
You'll know.
Again, we hope you have an amazing, happy Halloween.
Yes.
Peace and love.
Yes.
See you next time.